Yo, welcome to Conscious at Night Live. Welcome. Yo, come through. Give you guys like a few minutes before we get started. But we're going to be talking about facing our emotions like God. Facing our emotions like God, using divine wisdom and grace. Yep, using divine wisdom and grace is going to be very important what we use to face our emotions, yo. Very, very important because grace is very key. Very key. Grace is key because it helps us to understand ourselves through divine power, meaning we start to realize a lot more about ourselves when we don't have to do anything for our reality to change. All we have to do is just simply be. That's it. Just simply be and just know that everything is working together for our good. That's all. Know that everything is working for our good and just go from there and live in a state of being. But when it comes to facing our emotions, it's a whole nother game. It's a whole nother ballpark, yo. And it's amazing because it teaches us how to be in this reality as consciousness. It's like consciousness has these emotions, right? This energy that is constant motion, like it's constantly moving. So what are we going to do with this energy that's just here, right? We have consciousness. We have the ability to think. We have the ability to create. We have the ability to give life or this energy, this emotion, meaning. But sometimes we forget this stuff, right? And then we forget that these emotions of ours we've given meaning to. And now it's like instead of walking with, we're running from. So how can we face our emotions like God, right? How, let's first understand what emotions are. We know that it's energy in motion, and it also it's always in constant flow. Energy is always in constant flow. Can energy get stuck? Yes, it can get stuck. It can become stagnant energy. And all that means is just when you don't have anything to do with it. But can energy compound itself? Yes. Can energy expand what it is in? Yes. It's about what are you doing with the energy that you have, or what are you doing with the energy that you're aware of? Now, question. How does facing our emotions allow our energy to be in motion or in constant flow? Because that's what we want. We want our energy to be in a constant state of flow at all times. We don't want stagnant energy. Still energy. It's almost like when you don't know what to do with your energy, or you don't have the creativity or the aware, because you do have the creativity, but when you're not using the creativity through the awareness of what to do and how and why to do things with your energy, then it just becomes still, it becomes stagnant, and then life starts to feel like a drain. It's like, yo, man, I just life just feeling like blah. You ever had a blah day? But that's what it is. It's still energy. It's just stagnant energy. It's like, man, what have you been doing with this energy today? Have you been moving? Have you done something fun that excites you? I just got back home from bowling and I had an amazing time. Honestly, I had an amazing time bowling and going back to my seat sitting down. Seriously, it's just very miraculous day. Seriously, full of abundance. But doing things that makes you excited, doing things that brings that joy and brings that peace, moving your body around, your soul around, just doing things that gets your energy pumping and flowing and just moving. It's just exciting. It's just like even just turning on your favorite song and just dancing to it can do so much to get the energy moving. Another way we can stagnate our energy is just not by facing it, by being afraid of our energy. So it's like, oh, we keep all of this energy in this room. We lock the door. We close all the windows. We don't want this energy and motion whatsoever because I don't want to face these emotions because these emotions make me feel like this and I don't like feeling like that. So what can some of those emotions be? Let's name some off. What emotions, guys, if you're in the chat, What emotions do you feel like you don't like to experience? Shout out to Regidget. What emotions do you feel that you don't like to feel? Some of them can say stress. We can say depression. We can say anxiety. We can say anger, rage. We can say a lot of different emotions, man. Like even to the point where we experiencing sorrow or sadness, being melancholy sometimes, lethargic. These are emotions that we just be like, yo, today just was one of them days. Like, but I'm glad today is a different day, or I can't wait till tomorrow. Like we start using language like that when we don't want to deal with the energy that we're feeling currently. So how does facing our emotions, right? Like how does facing our emotions keep our energy and emotion or in constant flow? Number one, staying present. Staying present. Staying present helps with mental health. Mental health. You know, social media, I realize, you know, you can use social media, for example, like when you go on IG, you have a timeline, right? And we can use all of this in the spiritual sense, right? Because you have timelines in the spiritual sense. But so you have different timelines. Different timelines are people posting different things within your timeline of their thoughts, of their realities. And it's the same thing in the spiritual sense. We exist in different timelines through different thoughts. So the thing is, there's been so much that has happened in our reality. And then there's been so much that has not, quote unquote, happened in our reality that we think. And when we're thinking about things and our mind is just wandering and creating different concepts, and we're unaware that we actually created different concepts because we're in daydream mode, sometimes we'll run across a thought that happened already and that we will call the past, and it'll make us feel a certain way that we might not want to feel. Maybe that thought brings upon like depression or stress or anger or whatever the case may be. And we're like, okay, we do on IG, we just keep scrolling, right? We do that with our thought. We just keep scrolling on to the next thought that can bring that next fix, that next dopamine shot that goes within our body. We just be like, ah, oh, finally, I found one of these thoughts here. And it finally made me feel good. On to the next. And then you just keep going. You keep going and you keep going. You just keep swiping different timelines, keep different timelines that you exist in until you find the one that brings you the most excitement. See, the thing that I'm learning is just focus on what excites you and stay present. Meaning, don't want the reality, know that you have the reality. Know that your ability to see yourself in the reality and feel the reality is already currently happening. It's just simultaneously with the one that you're present in. Continue to focus on what excites you, and that different timeline will begin to merge with the present reality that you're in. How that happens is you stay focused on the energy that you feel when you are in that new timeline, but you stay present. Stay present, but with the energy of being in the other timeline so that you can merge. So it's all about mental health, because when we're wanting to do something exciting and we're not able to reach that excitement, it messes with our what? Our head. It's like, dang, man, I wish I would have got that. I wish I would have got that. And then you start thinking about things in the future, or you start regretting, and now you're not even able to stay present. So when you're not able to stay present, if you're in the future too much, you're worrying. If you're in the past you're too much, you're in the regret. And that can weigh on a person's mental health. It can weigh on your mental health. Listen, when you think, you feel second. When you think first, you feel second. So if your mental is jacked up, guess what's gonna be up and down too? Our emotions, right? Healthy emotions are likely to be used other than emotions that aren't healthy enough to serve us in our most exciting like journey. If this is not gonna excite me, y'all, I'm not doing it. Especially if this is gonna excite me. If this is like, but this is like, I'm gonna do this because this excites me more. If I don't do what excites me more, I'm gonna have mental health issues. I'm telling you. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna have it, but it's just gonna be likely to feel as though things are not going your way. And if you're not mature enough, it could weigh on your mind. That's what they call mental health issues. Things that weigh on your mind because you're not doing what excites you. Not doing what excites you is you not being able to feel and think in your most authentic way. I'm not able to experience my true authenticity because I'm not doing what excites me. The reason why the reality happened is because it's a reflection of me. It's me experiencing me. The reason why I can't function in a sense when I want to function in my true authenticity because I'm not actually experiencing reality of me. I'm experiencing a reality of something else outside of myself because I'm not doing what it truly excites me. So that is why staying present will help you figure out what it is that you desire to do and be and express and feel based on your thinking. Staying present is giving you an opportunity to actually think based on your own choice and free will. But going into the future is almost like you're pinning yourself against something that doesn't even exist. The future doesn't exist. You're pinning something in the past that doesn't exist. The past does not exist. The only thing that legit exists is present energy. When you're creating a concept, that's not future, that is present. When you're thinking about something in the past, that's not past, that's present. That's why your energy is able to shift. If it was the past, you wouldn't even be feeling what you was feeling because it already happened. So why should it come to us as a surprise to you, right? But you focus on it long enough, you're gonna start thinking about it even harder and feeling it. Because it is present energy. There's no such thing as past or future. It's all present. So staying present is a way where we can face our emotions and allow our energy to remain in motion. Number 2, facing our emotions, actually facing them. Actually, because if you ain't present, you're not facing nothing. You're not going to face your emotions if you're not presently with them. How do you face your emotions? Stop scrolling. When a thought comes and it produces a feeling, instead of scrolling, you face it. You leave it right there. You heart it, dum dum, and then you comment under it. And then this is what you say to that thought. I realize that you are here and you are making me feel a certain way. And this way that I'm feeling is not aligned with my highest excitement of experiencing joy, peace, love, abundance, and good health. It's making me feel like stressed out right now. So I don't want to feel this because I don't want to continue to agree with this. So let me figure out, why am I experiencing this? Okay, why am I experiencing this thought of like stress? Because maybe I'm putting an expectation on a future reality to come to pass and it hasn't come yet. And maybe now I'm like, okay, thinking about the past now because it's just like, man, I wanted this to happen, but it didn't happen either. And it's just like, now I'm self-sabotaging myself, right? And there's all of this stuff just started to compound on you. And you're just like, okay, so really I'm starting to realize like, I don't truly believe I'm doing this the wrong way. I may not truly believe that all things really work together for my highest good. And I'm not practicing gratitude. I can't be practicing gratitude if I'm in a state of regret. And then if I'm worrying about the future, I can't honestly know and really like be aware of or say that I'm aware of everything works together for my highest good. It's gonna be like completely hard to just realize my life can be different if I don't take those two and hold them and integrate them, which is being grateful or practicing gratitude and also understanding and knowing that everything works together for your highest good, your highest excitement. It's always going to work out for you. So now it gives us courage to face our emotions. I feel this, I'm going to sit with it, I'm going to question why it's here, and I'm going to dig to the bottom of this root, and I'm going to pluck it up. I'm not going to look at the tree and be like, oh, okay, there's the fruit. Let me pick off the fruit because that's how I face my emotions, mate. You don't face your emotions, mate, by just picking up the fruit and clipping off the branches. You face your emotions by digging and digging and digging, getting these precious hands of yours dirty, and you going to go pick up the root of that branch or that tree, and you're realizing that it's going to take a lot of courage and strength inside of you to unplug this root from underneath the ground so that you can finally, just like Yeshua said when he said, every seed that my Father did not plant will be plucked up. Now you can alchemize this space right here, that this unidentified tree that was there, you can now retransform the tree. And one thing that I realized, like I used the example of going digging to the root of issues, but you're not unplucking a tree. You're really not doing that. But it's a good example for us to see that it's okay to get our hands dirty when we're digging for gold. It's okay to be a gold digger when you know the real meaning why you dig. But when it comes to alchemizing, when it comes to transmuting, you don't actually literally take the tree and then unpluck it and then put another seed there and put it and it grows into another. No, you don't do that. The tree is going through an identity crisis. You tell the tree who it is, the tree will produce the fruit that it needs to produce. If an apple seed is planted, but it's producing oranges, you're going to be like, okay, something's up with this tree. It's a little wacky. Maybe they put an orange seed in the apple pack. Sometimes these factories, they do that. Everybody ain't perfect. So, yeah. But then when you start seeing every single seed that you planted is producing oranges instead of apples, and you bought an apple packet that said apple seeds and it's supposed to produce apple trees, but it's producing oranges, what is the matter? What is going on right now? See what we would hear when we used to hear that scripture back when we were in the church and in the religious atmosphere. We used to hear a good tree produce bad fruit, and then or a good tree produces good fruit and a bad tree produces bad fruit. So now we like, okay, we fruit focused. We fruit focused. It's so hard not to hear fruit versus a good tree or a bad tree. The thing was, it was never even about the fruit. It was always about the identity of the tree. If you make the tree good, the fruit will produce after itself. If the tree is made bad, quote unquote, here, then the tree's gonna produce what kind of fruit? Bad fruit. You squeeze an apple into a cup, you're gonna get what? Apple juice. You squeeze an orange into a cup, you're gonna get what? Orange juice. But if you squeeze an apple into a cup and it tastes like orange juice, you're gonna be like, yo, something is weird, it's off. Something's off here. This ain't supposed to taste like this. So it's the same with us. My mentor used to say, when people squeeze us, right? When life squeezes us, why everything other than the Christ within us is coming out of us, is being squeezed out of us? Like, why isn't Christ being squeezed out of us? Why is attitude, stress, and like depression and all of these other things being squeezed out of us when everything works together for our highest good? And I'm talking to me right now, like seriously, because it's not about life. It's not about anything outside of you. It's not about the storms. It's not about the fire. It's not about no lions. It's not about anything that's outside of you. It's really just about the peace that you find within yourself, knowing that all things work together for the good of those who love and know and accept themselves as God. Those minds that are stayed upon that revelation of who they are as God will be kept in what? Perfect peace. Let this mind be in you that was also in the Christ. Those that are in Christ are a new creation. Old has passed away. All things become new. This is how we face our emotions. We actually do it through transmutation and alchemizing. Make the tree good through right and proper identification. I am love. I am God. Ye are gods. Yo, we about to stone you now, Jesus. We got you now. Wait, ain't it in y'all law that it say ye are gods, but you want to kill me? Well, we don't really want to kill you. Do we want to kill him? Yes, we want to kill him. But don't tell him that. All right. We don't really want to kill you. But yes, you do. Was it for the miracles I did? No, not for the miracles. Obviously, we know you work with the demons. Come on. All right, so what is it? What good work are you gonna kill me for? I mean, we ain't killing you for no good work, dude. We killing you because you're telling people that you're God, and you're telling them that they're God, and we gotta kill you because of that, because that's blasphemy. You're blaspheming God, Jesus. Come on. You just handed yourself right into our hands, and we got you now. So when we nail this thing to the cross, it's gonna say blaspheming. You died because you said you were God. Now look at the allegory of that. Because do y'all really think like they don't really think that they really did that to him? All allegory. We die when we find out the revelation of who we truly are as God. God is what? Love. And there is no greater love than one who will lay down their ego for the world, their friend, their members, the world of who they are. I am God, so therefore I lay down my life, my ego for the world. Number 3, expressing our emotions honestly. This will help prevent or clear any blockages or break down any walls that we have built through insecurities to remain in control, because it's always good to build a wall when you don't want to let go of control. It is. It's really, it's so, how many has built a wall before? If you built the wall and you're ready to be honest and you cool with being honest, have you built the wall before in your life, and why? I built the wall mainly because of, I don't like rejection. I didn't like rejection, and also I didn't like being misunderstood. So I built walls. I built walls to know, like, okay, keep the conversation here. Build a wall. Don't let it go past this. If you see us reaching up here, just stop. Man, ain't no point. Just give it up. Throw in the towel. Rejection, same thing. I didn't like rejection, so I built up a wall, and I would only allow myself to go so far with the relationship. And if I allow myself to go further, then my mind would instantly start to self-sabotage, and I would start thinking bad, and then the feelings will start matching as well, because eventually you're going to feel how you think. And then when the two marry, lives happen. And now I'm experiencing the very own reality that I've been creating, especially when I don't talk about it. When you keep the stuff inside, it just festers. It festers inside of you. It legit festers inside of your soul. And now it's like, yo, man, what do I do with these emotions? I can't talk about it. I don't know how to express it to people. I haven't talked in so long. I don't even know how to even get this out. I don't know who I can trust. Do I talk to you about this? Would you care? Those are the things that we face. Those are the things that we go through. But the whole goal is to get the energy to be what? Flowing, because flowing energy can give you a life that you truly desire, that exemplifies joy and peace. Because it is working energy. It's working on your behalf. It's moving on your behalf. It's working on your behalf. So this is why opening our throat chakra up and expressing ourselves from the heart will benefit only you, because guess what? That wall has to come down. And the only thing that is strong enough to tear this wall down that you built is love. It's the only thing that's able to open up each chakra within inside of you, each point within inside of you, each door within inside of you, to allow the energy to now flow freely within inside of you. Imagine being in a room with 30 people, and it's a one room, it's just one room, and it's summertime. It's about 95 degrees. It's sweaty and muggy in there, and no one opens up a window. Everybody talking. Everybody just came from outside playing. They sweating still. Imagine how muggy, sticky, sweaty, smelly it's gonna be in there. But imagine when that first person opened up the first window. It's 7 windows. Imagine opening up one window. It's just gonna be like, oh wow, dude. It feels a difference in here. And then you opening up all 7. It's just gonna be like, dude. Now I can bear being in one room with 30 people. But before the energy was just like too much. It was too stagnant. It was too close. It wasn't, we couldn't do nothing. But now it's just like, we can breathe, we can flow. And that's the whole purpose of energy. You are energy. The reason why you can feel lethargic is because you are the very energy that you possess or are conscious of or are aware of. That's why it's important for energy to stay in motion. Move around, but most importantly, express. Get it out, talk about it. You gotta open up and talk. You gotta open up and talk, because if you're not opening up and talk, then those emotions can, in a sense, turn bitterly because of the new thinking that you're going to now develop based on the emotions that you don't want to feel. And you gotta blame somebody for these emotions that you're feeling if you ain't holding yourself accountable and transmuting them. It's most likely you're going to blame something outside of you if you have not transmuted it, because to transmute is to say, I'm going to hold myself accountable to the reason why I'm feeling this, because if I'm not thinking it, I wouldn't be feeling it. This emotion is attached to a thought. But if I keep swiping, trying to go to the next thought because I don't like what I'm feeling and I'm not able to express, I'm just going to avoid talking about it, and eventually it's just going to become bitter. I'm going to become bitter in my thinking. So the emotion is now going to express bitterness. So now where you would have been patient, you're going to overreact because you're not expressing yourself. When you're not expressing yourself, 9 times out of 10, you overreact on things. And it's like, yo, you ain't really had to go that far. But I get it why you going that far, because you're really not expressing yourself like you could. Expressing yourself is being able to give yourself the ability to have balance and harmony in your life. On a 3rd dimensional level. Expressing yourself, but doing it honestly. So number 3 is expressing your emotions honestly, because it will help you and prevent and clear any blockages and also tear down any walls that you have built. Number 4, honoring your emotions. Listen, they are a part of your God power. They are a part of your mind creates. Your emotions bring the very creations to life. Your mind creates and the emotions bring it to life. So, okay, let me create a life for myself. Bam, I created this toy. Now I gotta have, now it needs batteries, it needs energy. So let me put some batteries in there so this toy can actually come to life. Toy Story. We create the reality with our minds. The emotions give it meaning to experience it. That's why we honor our emotions. If we continue to run from our emotions, we still gonna think here, but we not gonna want to attract the reality that we're thinking to be able to experience. But the thing that we actually give our emotions to that so easily besets us will be things like, if we're not honoring our emotions, we're dishonoring them. And if we're dishonoring them, that only means we're having dishonoring thoughts. Our emotions are a direct reflection of our thinking. They're just called energy in motion. It's pretty much saying, hey, we're just energy here. We just need identification. We need meaning to all of this. And you are the consciousness that has thought and to be able to create a meaningful life for our emotions to, or our energy to help you experience. So how can we serve you, consciousness? How can we serve you, creative thinking? Well, I'm having a crappy thought today. Really? How can we manifest ourselves for you, consciousness, on your crappiness? Your crappy thought. So, well, first, let me tell you what happened today. And I hope you got time today. Do you have your tea ready? If you don't, then I'm even more pissed. So first of all, and bam, and then the energy is like, yes, feed me, because I'm going to serve you. After you're done and you put the exclamation point to this, I'm going to become exactly what you just expressed to me. And then I'm going to give you, and you're going to be so grateful for what I'm able to do when you are aware of yourself. And then 2 days later, you like, man, I can't believe I'm going through the same thing again. I can't get a break, can I? And then your energy is like, oh, what did you say again? Let me repeat it, please, one more time so I can give you again. Come on and say it again. Step right on up so I can give you. Because that's the point. That's the purpose. Energy wants to marry the creative thought every single time. What are you telling yourself? How are you honoring you? How are we honoring ourselves? Is it worth thinking low? Or can we be better at experiencing a much more in tune life of joy and peace that excites us? Is it too much to ask to honor yourself and think just a little bit higher? Think on what excites you, what brings you peace, what brings you joy, what brings you the ability to see all things as love. And love as all things. When people see you and look you in the eyes, they should get a good look at who God is, not just in you, but as you. They should feel, they should experience, they should detect love. No one's saying you can't go through stuff, but you don't have to dishonor yourself by identifying yourself by any means, by anything other than love. You don't have to judge yourself based on polarity and duality. You can be love. Regardless of how you feel, change the way you think because your emotions are serving it. Number 5, help one to restore their emotions in the light of their highest excitement. This is how you help yourself by restoring your emotions in light of your highest excitement. Again, by thinking higher. You think higher, you feel higher. You think low, you feel low. You think heaven, you experience heaven. You think hell, you experience hell. You think love, you experience love. You sabotage your thinking and think hatred and fear and stress and worry and discontentment, then you're going to experience it because your emotions is always looking at you saying, I do. After the thought said, will you marry me? Your emotion says, I will, I do. Yes. And then the universe, the grace, says you may kiss the bride. Bam. And there you have a reality. Whether or not you're the one wearing the veil, the reality has been created because the veil has been lifted and you've been kissed by your own thinking, expressed by your emotions. But then we get upset with our emotions and boy, oh boy, we don't want nothing else to do with them because how dare you betray me, you emotions? If I had to put my finger on it and give you a nickname, emotions, it would be Judas Iscariot because you betrayed me. How dare you kiss me and give me betrayal? But what was your thinking like? I become like all that I may win some so that I can leave you with an example of who you truly are and where you're headed. If you desire Christ, then you can do that much more than what I've done. Greater works will you experience. But the reason why you can experience greater works is because you will experience greater thinking. And last but not least, number 6, and the reason why I would honestly say this is inspirational to me. This is why I would say we should focus a lot more on this aspect to help us on our energy flow and continue to stay in a energetic motion is honestly the increase of intuition. I mean, like being able to trust your gut. Imagine just knowing like something without knowing where it even came from. It's like, man, I just got this strong feeling that, yo, if I buy this lottery ticket, I'm gonna win. And then you scratch it, and then you be like, yo, I just won $500. Dude, that's crazy. And then you like, man, I'm gonna buy another one. Dude, I just won $50. Okay, dude, okay, let me buy one and then I'm gonna have my wife scratch it. Dude, she just won $500. I'm gonna buy another one. She gonna scratch it again. Dude, she just won 25. Dude, it's just like, whoa, it's like, man, the increase in intuition because I'm not facing my emotions. My energy is in motion now. Everything is flowing. Everything is capostatic. I'm in peace. I'm in joy. I know all things work together for my good. I'm staying present. And because I choose to express my emotion as well and talk about it and never let it get stuck, but I continue to let the wellspring of water come up and out of me and overflow within my reality because all things are energy. It just matters what you give it meaning of. And if you are abundant, then your energy is abundant. If you think abundance and wealth, then your energy is abundance and wealth. And so when you begin to align with that thinking and that emotion and they begin to marry and kiss and become one with each other and you begin to express that oneness, then your reality begins to shape and express itself as abundance and wealth that aligns with the reality of joy and peace that you prefer. That's it. It's just that easy. It's really that easy. If you master your emotions through love, then you can find divine control because you will let go of the ego. You will let go of the ego. The ability to allow yourself to master these emotions through love and not control will give you the reality that excites you the most. So I encourage everyone to face themselves, number one, stay present, face yourself, express your emotions, honor your emotions, restore these emotions just through right thinking and sitting with your emotions, talking with them like they're you, because they are. They are the energy that you defined by your thinking, your consciousness, your state of being. And then last but not least, know that it increases your intuition. You can live a completely different life intuitively if you face your emotions and stay present and honor them. You definitely can. We're not even going to go into telepathy because that's going to be a completely different video. So if that is all, let me just get to some of these comments. It's almost like betrayal to self when we don't live as our true authentic selves, of course. Of course, yo. Yes, the death of false identity is ego, yep. Trying not to be hurt. Yo, listen, I like that. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be healed. It's okay to be excited. It's okay to experience all of these different emotions because really what you're doing is you're just collecting data about what your mind was capable of thinking and then experiencing. You are very powerful and you are creative enough to even experience that of your creation. That's how powerful you are. Like, you really are God. And I saw a post again the other day. I said, man, this post is so profound. I should have screenshotted it. But it said, wait till everybody find out that they're God. Stuff really gonna hit the fan. And what's gonna hit the fan is just energy. And that energy is gonna start becoming more in motion with itself. And then the world is going to completely change because God is love. And when you find out that you are love, the vibration of the earth is going to continue to reflect its source, its consciousness. The vibration of this earth, this soul, is going to reflect its inner consciousness, the body, and it's going to completely change the world. The soul is possessed. The soul is possessed by God, by love. The earth is possessed by heaven. This is why the earth is raising its frequency, because it is possessed by heaven. It is surrendered completely. I'm submitting. So every time you, the soul, submit to the Christ, the conscious body within inside of the soul raises its vibrational frequency. And when the soul raises its vibrational frequency, it's almost like the emotion says, yes, now here's your reality. You did, listen, you worked out your own salvation. Now you get to experience it. It's like, yeah, we objectively are saved, but subjectively, are we experiencing that salvation? I put $1 million in your account, you a millionaire. Okay, I ain't about to check. Girl, I don't even believe that. Stop. Oh man, the aliens came and got Johnny. They did, yeah. But he just crazy part is I wish he would have checked his bank account, man. He had $1 million in it for 13 years. He did, yeah. I don't even know if he realized that he got zapped up as a millionaire. Yeah, but I don't think he gonna be happy when he find out that he could have lived like one. He just didn't. He just chose to not really believe. So just believe, yo. Yes, it gets toxic and fester, man, until transmutation takes place to bring healing and returning to wholeness. Yeah, man. Let's continue to transmute, not because we have to, because we get to. And the more you transmute, the energy becomes yours again. The more energy that you claim, the more energy you have. The more energy you have, the more energy you can have to do things with through the thinking of your mind. You think like heaven, you can create a more heavenlier reality with the energy you transmute back to yourself. You were given the ministry of reconciliation. Now it's time to take a hold and through the awareness of love, gain the heaven that you want to experience by letting this mind be in you that was also in Christ. If you have not subscribed, do so. We got some giveaways coming in June 5th, starting every Wednesday of June 5th. And we love to help you guys and love you guys. So subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and yeah, we're gonna make this fun. We're gonna have some games, we're gonna play some games. Yeah, like it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some winners, y'all. So of course we're gonna have some people that if some people win, some people lose, but we're gonna all have fun and we're gonna all just love each other and be excited for one another. Rejoice with those that rejoice. So that's the energy, that's the vibe. We heaven, we're nothing less, we're nothing more because we don't have a need to be anything more than love. Love you guys, and remember, stay calm, folks.